Insta360 One X, 5.7K, HDR, slow-mo and time shifts. Producing great video is about two things, capturing the action, and slick editing. So what if you could do both with an action camera and an app? With dual fisheye lenses and some unique time and perspective manipulation special effects, such as slow-mo, scene freezes and time shift, the One X is making a play for the title of most full-featured action camera around. Is it just a 360-degree shooter? Although the One X is definitely capable of 360-degree video, it's far less about VR and more about just producing great widescreen videos. However, with 5.7K resolution and some silky new image stabilization, the One X, $399 and 95 cents, UK £409.95, is aiming to best its two competitors, the GoPro Fusion and the Insta360 VR. Forget 360 degrees, the One X has some unique features not available on any other action camera. However, it's first worth comparing one of its key features, that 5.7K resolution, to others in the market. For comparison, the GoPro Fusion has 5.2K, and Insta's previous effort, the Insta360 One, managed only 4K. However, Insta360's other rival, the Insta360 VR, also boasts 5.7K. Something the One X has that the others don't is many more frames per second. It shoots 5.7K at 30 FPS, 4K at 50 FPS and, crucially, 3K at 100 FPS. That latter skill enables the One X's two key special effects features, cinematic slow-mo and time shift, which let you slow down or speed up moments in your finished video. It's also got bullet time, that Wachowski brothers-style wraparound shot popularized in the Matrix movies, though to create that involves swirling the One X around your head. The One X also claims HDR for both still images as JPEG or DNG RAW, which each have a resolution of 18MP, and for video. Perhaps more importantly, the One X also boasts Flow State, a new image stabilization tech that was also on the Insta360 One, and is a huge success on the GoPro Fusion. It essentially does away with the need for a gimbal by stabilizing video to the horizon. It's devilishly effective. Another feature that continues from the One to the One X is live streaming of 360-degree video, which is something the GoPro Fusion lacks. We're not convinced this is a feature anybody uses. No matter, because on specs and price alone, the Insta360 One X appears to be the king of 360-degree cameras. It beats the GoPro Fusion on price, and beats both the Fusion and the Insta360 VR on features. Rather than it weak to the design of the Insta360 One, the One X has undergone a complete redesign. It's actually a shade larger than its predecessor, though compared to the chunky GoPro Fusion it still seems pocket-sized. At 115 grams it's almost half as heavy as its main competitor, and a good third lighter than the Insta360 VR. What that does mean is it has a pretty small battery. Inside its 115 by 48 by 28 mm chassis is a 1,200 mAh, which doesn't compare well to the Fusion's 2,620 mAh or the Insta360 VR's 1,400 mAh. However, at least the battery is removable, unlike on the previous version. On one side is a naked micro USB slot for recharging, while on its undercarriage is another unprotected slot for a microSD card alongside a standard 1/4-inch tripod thread. Although it can, therefore, be used with any tripod, also available is an invisible selfie stick that can be extended, and itself can be connected to any tripod. In a neat trick, the One X stitches it out of any footage you use it to create. In the box is a battery, a protective pouch designed to hang around the neck, and cables to connect the One X to USB slots for recharging, but also to Android and Apple phones for the manual transfer of files. Wiring up for file transfer does save on battery compared to relying on the app and Wi-Fi, but it doesn't save much time. Like the Fusion, the One X can be controlled completely manually using two buttons on its front in conjunction with a tiny LCD screen. That's really useful because attaching to it via Wi-Fi from a phone does drain the battery of both the One X and the phone. However, this camera isn't waterproof like the GoPro Fusion, not unless you purchase a Venture case, a splash-proof tough shell designed for above-water shooting, which can also be taken 5 meters underwater. Insta360 also sells a dive case, which features dome lenses that allow for underwater shooting to depths of 30 meters.